nighttime Caleb. My goodness.
It's a rare sighting, but a good one.
What's up, dude? How did you pull this off? Like, shouldn't you be like in your coffin or some shit right now?
Usually, yeah. The wife decided to hit the sauna for an hour, so
Nice.
I just said, "Well, I'm gonna hit the show for an hour."
Dang, I'm gonna hit that for an hour. Hey, I've been setting up Rumble. I didn't do it just now, but I've been setting up Rumble.
I've been getting emails about it.
Oh, good. Hey, we're having text issues with me, you, and Russell.
Oh, no, we're not.
Well, he said he also sent us a picture of the Roadcaster he received, and I never received that.
Yeah, we are then.
Susie, you're so easy. You're so easy.
It's a pivot.
I just watched this thing about a Taiwanese millionaire who got a 12-inch black man's penis attached to him, and then later on it said that there also a cargo ship was pulled over, and it had 7,200 Nigerian penises on it, like a Chinese cargo ship. And I looked at both stories, and the stories like aren't even like close to true.
Oh man,
I know. Like, it's just, first of all, they're from 2016, and it was donkey penises, and I'm sure, you know, Chinese people have all sorts of like crazy remedies and shit. I was a nanny for these 2 Chinese kids for a while, and there was always like deer penises and like antlers and just weird shit around the house. They have I shouldn't say weird. That's so
yeah,
ethnocentric of me. There were cures there were medical cures that I was unaware of. That are still but I was so bummed. I mean, I didn't want Nigerian dudes being harvested, but the
Nigerians die too. You know, got to use something.
I'm willing to bet 2 inches of my penis that no transplanted penis gets even to 50% of the hardness of my penis. There's just no way. There's no way a transplanted penis works.
Well, first off, you're not a medical professional, so I can't believe it.
Sorry.
All right. So coming from the medical,
sorry,
they don't even
like
use,
Caleb speak, please.
They don't even use a real penis to transplant it. You know how that works, right?
Do you use a piece of alloy, the same alloy that Iron Man's made of?
No, they use like flesh out of your own like forearm, and then they.
Oh well, shit! My forearms are beastly.
It's just like the skin or the muscle, and then they use a artificial penis.
Hey, listen, I would take some of Alex Kazan's forearm as part of my penis any day. Have you seen this video of her getting out of?
Oh, dude.
Have you seen the movie Crudes?
I don't know, but if I was Jake, I would just be sitting around just staring all day. She is. It is. I watched that video like 10 times. I don't have time to watch anything 10 times. Sevan, why don't you pee as much during the shows these days? I think it's because I don't drink sparkling water really as much anymore. I used to drink a lot of sparkling water. Let me see. Yeah, look at this. She has a butt muscle. Did you see it? Rewind that.
Like all the striations in her butt muscles and leg muscles are just showing.
She has a butt muscle. I know everyone's gonna be like, of course she has a butt muscle.
It's called the glute.
But dude, I've seen some really big buff butts, and I still don't see the muscle. And watch when she gets out here. Look at her arm. I swear to fucking God.
Jeez.
Hubba. Oh, Kenneth, I got your text message. Thank you. I didn't open it because I want to make sure I see it tomorrow when I spend $62 to send you a $35 Slack block.
I can't wait for Wad Zombie's remix of that.
You know how I know I have an eating disorder? Ask me what I did for my workout today.
Throw up.
No, I'm slightly more nuanced than that.
Okay. What did you do for
calories on the assault bike?
Yeah, I did 100 calories on the assault bike to warm up for 300 calories on the air runner, and I got off. My God, something's wrong with me.
Zone 2.
God, the air runner is hard.
Yeah, you run that barefoot. It doesn't pinch your feet.
No.
Yeah.
It's got like an inch of calluses on those feet.
Yeah,
that's true.
My feet pinch the air runner.
You start to wear down the rubber because of your feet.
It's just how I say my workout that convinces me that I have an eating disorder. Hey, why was Caleb here before me, or was I here before Caleb?
Caleb was here before both of us.
Oh, I wanted to be like, why were you late, Caleb? You knew exactly. Fucking A. He knew exactly where I was taking that. I was gonna be like, why were you late, Caleb?
Should ask me that every other day of the week.
If you're interested in taking fluoride out of your diet, which I think you should be, and you're interested in something that will make your mouth feel great, you should try Matuthian. The reviews are in. The only negative review we got was this morning. Someone said their dentist said that they shouldn't use it. I personally think that that's more reason you should use it. Feel free to look up tooth powder, Google all the ingredients, look around. You will be very, very, very happy. It's crazy. The reviews are off the fucking chart. I love it. I have to like not brush my teeth as much as And by the way, also, don't let yourself run out of Paper Street coffee. For fuck's sake, don't do what I do.
It's not a good time.
No, I just put in a subscription. I'm like, I'm getting a subscription.
You're out? You're out of it right now?
No, not now, but I was out.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, I got a subscription.
I love their can, that nitro can. I wish I had a shitload of them at the gym.
Do you know what I do though? I was that kid that when I had stickers, I never stuck them because then they would be stuck and I would end up with all these stickers and then they would go bad. I was such an idiot.
Yep.
And I feel that way about the cans. I have 6 cans. I'm like, can't drink any. Why? Because then you'll only have 5.
Mine go quick. Grace will drink all of them if I don't get to it. So I gotta beat her to the punch.
Or I do something stupid like take one somewhere for an emergency, but then the whole time in the car not drink it. And then it gets hot.
And then you got to put it back in the fridge and wait till tomorrow.
No, I panic, throw it away. Or no, I take it in the backyard and let the kids shoot it with a BB gun. I know, horrible. Probably like $18.
Oh my God.
I know. Dentist created Coca-Cola. And guess who created the CDC?
Coca-Cola.
Does Matuthian sponsor any games athletes? No, but you know what, Johnny? I was thinking that some games athletes should sponsor this show.
That's innovative.
Hey, dude.
Hey, you guys want to give us money? Make it look really fucking good.
Hey, listen. I'll put a big, huge fucking lab management. See where it says the Real Sevan podcast? Just right up top there. Lab management. And just parade their athletes through here. I'm already, I guess they don't have to pay for that. We already got Fee, Dallin, and Jason just up on the pedestal.
We talk about their agency every time they come on.
How excited are you guys about the quarterfinals? Taylor Self versus the World of Sevan Podcast Invitational, where we alone have the power to put people into the semifinals.
Super stoked. I didn't realize that last part.
Yeah.
We have exclusive spots, huh?
Yeah.
Jesus, look at fucking Caleb's lighting, dude.
I know. It kind of looks like he's sitting in like this big leather chair for some reason back there too. I don't know why.
He looks like a wizard.
Yeah.
Got a new camera. Or I set up the camera I had for that.
Nice.
Oh, I wore my CEO shirt to my L1 this weekend. That's awesome.
Cool.
Did they like it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Did anyone say anything? Let me know.
The MAGA shirt of CrossFit.
Wow. Is this true? Mormons changed their caffeine rules after they invested in Coca-Cola for the Salt Lake City Winter Olympics. Is that true?
Nobody's ever compromised their values for money. That can't be true.
Thank you. Oh, I like you today.
Especially when it comes to religion. Like that's never happened.
They don't just change prayers for nothing.
They didn't go around and tell you that the second your coin hit the box, your loved ones got sent to heaven. That would be weird.
I want to tell you guys, I was doing some math today.
Back of the napkin?
Back of the napkin. Andrew Hiller just had a record month.
Dude, he's a beast.
A record month. And we also had a record month. And I was thinking,
one day.
Say it again. How many times in one day?
7 times in one day.
Remind me to tell you a story about that. It doesn't even feel good after like the 5th time. Well, it depends if you're alone.
totally
If you're with
derailed
someone,
that.
it does. If you're alone, it doesn't. It's horrible. It's weird. That's weird. I don't think even 5% of the CrossFit population knows about who he is.
You
I
think it's all NFL fans?
No, that's how much potential this fucking guy has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
He's not even close to like a tipping point. He's still like just getting started.
Has barely touched the TAM,
Yeah, what's that mean?
total available market.
Oh, damn.
Oh wow!
It's so that way the P people know what we're saying too. Or
Damn.
The P values.
A total available market.
Yeah.
Shit, the SEOs and shit and the posts and things.
Yeah, SEO, yeah. ROI.
Yeah, there it is.
International.
His SEO hasn't been optimized, and so his ROI definitely isn't optimized. But there's a ton of hope because his TAM is also not realized. Hiller's unrealized. I mean, dude, he's a seedling. But man, his taproot has sunk deep.
Hey, you know what he would
You guys know
crush too?
What?
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, you go ahead. I won't forget.
I was just gonna say if he started veering off and did what he does in the CrossFit space, but in the bodybuilding world.
I think he's talked about that a lot. Yeah.
Booyakasha, they say.
Yep.
That's a business term also.
Yeah.
Taproot. The taproot's really important. When you plant seeds, you want to put them in a small container, but you don't want the container to be so shallow that when the taproot hits the bottom, that it turns. And so, thank you. Yeah, the taproot. A taproot's a large central and dominant root from which the other roots sprout laterally. Typically, a taproot is somewhat straight and very thick. It's tapering in shape and grows directly downward. Yeah, Hiller's got a massive taproot.
He's girthy.
Yeah, you could see it through his jorts.
He's all tapped. Yeah, he better loosen up his shorts. He's gonna fucking damage his taproot.
Yeah, it's gonna curve. It's gonna be no good.
He's gonna put a little fucking kink in his taproot. Okay, 21 minutes at 1 1/4 time. Every week I get more and more. I know why Caleb's here.
Why?
Because this is your big show to use all your buttons.
He got new buttons?
No, not new ones.
Just...
I do have buttons. I have one button that I like to press.
The gargling sound.
I've just really realized in the last like month or two that this is the authenticity of CrossFit. So think of how few brands. I said it before, and people were like, "Well, what about Dave Portnoy and Dana White?" Yeah, I think they're good examples too. This is our forward-facing guy that doesn't do talking points. That shit's sticky. Okay. TDC. Right. Here we go. We don't have all night. What time are you waking up tomorrow morning, Sousa?
Me?
Yeah.
4:45 a.m.
My God. Listen, when you see Sousa do a show tomorrow at 11 a.m., like he's at the end of his day already.
In review, March 25th, 2024.
How is that 1 1/4 time? What, can you talk any slower?
He did take a huge pause after that. I watched this earlier. He took a huge pause.
Oh,
I've never heard him do that.
God.
Gathering thought.
Hey, I think that's because of me. There's no coincidences. That's my style.
I could see it.
A few things.
Yolana Sevi, hi. Hi, dear. Lucky Camera Straps asked TDC, the Dave Castro, where we should drop in while in the States, and he said CrossFit Teal, or at least that's what we heard. Was that the affiliate name? Can't find it anywhere. Oh, no, I think I said CrossFit Central. I don't think he said anything. I said CrossFit Central in Austin. That's Jeremy Thiel's gym. Sorry, Jeremy Thiel's gym, and his sister's gym. Maybe his sister. I forget his sister. Carrie. She has a different last name because she's boning some dude. I forget. She's cool. They're cool. They're cool ass people. I mean, they're as OG as you get. Okay, Here we go.
At Brian Clapp CrossFitter 4776. Dave, what is your vision for judging the elite athletes with more volunteer judges instead of the all-one staff? Last year, it seems the volunteer judges did equally well. The volunteer judges judge 5 to 10 times a year, including the semifinals. Quarterfinals, and Rogue Invitational. They have far more experience judging than the L1 staff. Thanks for your feedback. They did a great job. They did a good job last year. They do a good job when they've judged the other aspects of the competition, specifically the team, and for all the other events they do too. I've always really enjoyed working with the seminar staff in that role because it's already such a tight and cohesive team that knows each other all so well, and that I know very well, and I know they know what to expect from me in the heat of the moment, and I know what to expect from them in the same heat of the moment. So there's a level of team work, team camaraderie, team building, team trust that I have with the level 1 seminar staff, and in that environment, we'll call it maybe their lack of experience at other events. That statement is true. Some of the volunteer judges do have more experience because they get around to other events. It's not true for all of level 1 seminar staff. Some of them do judge and get out there. But the team cohesion and the team familiarity of us working together and being on the same crew for so long means a lot to me and is important. And that's why I really put a premium on having level 1 seminar staff in that role for those reasons I just stated. At Jordan,
I'm going to guess that you can get a better continuity with the seminar staff because you can be like, hey, you can just say once to them, hey, if the chin's not over the bar, it's not a pull up. And if you have to guess, it's no good or shit like that. Like you can be really just direct and short with them. You don't got, I mean, I don't think they do actually niceties with the volunteer too. I don't know how I feel about that. Why would that person ask that question? They just want to get some camera time with the elites?
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting question, right? But I agree. I think that like if you already have a team like Dave's saying that works well together, that you could just like look over and be like, ah, and like do a grunt and they know what you're talking about. That seems really valuable and something as high stakes as the games.
You
So-
could argue alternatively though, when seminar staff is teaching movements, they're teaching it in the sense of like, okay, functional, but then when you have judges, they're teaching it, they're regularly looking at things from the sense of range of movement or the whatever it is. You know
Like
what I
the
mean?
burpee at the games is different than the burpee at the L1 for sure.
Right. The clean at the L1 is different than the clean at the games because the clean at the L1 says, oh, we're not going to lift our heels off the ground. The clean at the games is we're going to lift our heels off the ground.
But that's technique. I was just even thinking range of motion to legitimize a rep.
Yeah, sure. I'm trying to give you another example. It wasn't great, but
Well, it made me look good. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah, I don't know. I also think it's good to it's a double marketing thing too, because then you get those trainers out there on the floor for all eyes on them.
Yeah.
And they've earned that.
For the
Yeah,
longest, I didn't even know that they were actually judges. I didn't know that the L1 staff was judging at the games. I thought it was just people from semifinals.
Hey, and the argument is like you should have to pay the judges. Well, those judges are all paid.
It's true. Did they get combat pay for being at the games?
Probably not.
And then they
They get
also
They get to keep their job.
the one scary thing though is that if they do screw up, there's somebody lurking that'll definitely highlight that, which might not be like the best look for the seminar staff.
That guy we talked about in the beginning.
Yep.
Hmm.
Keep it tight. Keep it
It's
right.
okay. Only 3% of the population knows him.
There's a
Jordan
slight
Flanagan.
echo,
Oh,
by the way.
2687.
Still?
Hi, Dave. I recently enlisted for the Australian Army,
Still?
more specifically the Commandos. Wondering if you were ever involved with the Australian Defense Force while you were deployed and what you think of them. Thanks, mate. Well, I was deployed, crossed paths with, didn't work closely with. A lot of people at the units or teams I have worked at did work closely with them. I personally didn't. After I got out of doing that and was heavily involved with CrossFit, even while I was in teaching right prior to getting out, I started working with the Australian SAS more with CrossFit than I did when I was out. We actually went to Perth, did a seminar for a group of those guys, and really impressed with them. Great group of guys. I'm a big fan of all the special forces units out there and the history of them, and specifically the British SAS and how they were kind of the founding fathers for so many of the other spec ops units out there. But a big fan of them and a majority of the special operations forces out there and what they do. At Skiboard,
there was a guy at the very, I don't know, 2008 or 2009 games, maybe both, who was special forces in Australia. I can't remember his name. Steve Smith. I don't know,
Doesn't
but
ring a bell.
he looked like he was juiced to the gills, but he was crazy popular those first 2 or 3 years of CrossFit. Crazy popular. And actually at the 2009 games, I think he started crying. He was in the ice bath after the games, and he's like, I shouldn't be doing shit like this away. Oh, Commando Steve, yeah. Yeah, and I think he was a famous TV personality in Australia too. Yep, thank you. Wow, look at you, Jack.
Wow.
Right.
Commando Steve.
7. On Sevan's podcast, you almost talked about the second big moment that you had while reading the Bible. What was it? I'm not going to get into that one here right now. Also on that podcast, I had a good time, but I felt like I was kind of off, especially when we got to the Bible stuff. I didn't feel like here's what it is, I think. I'm not ready to go have a deep dive conversation on that topic. And I felt like the amount I did try discussing it with Sevan, I should have just avoided the question. I'm really good at usually avoiding questions or pivoting. I did not do that there. And next time I will. But so enjoyed the conversation, enjoyed the olive oil segment and sharing the flavors with Sevan. Enjoyed seeing Sevan and talking to Sevan. But I definitely don't think it was one of the better podcasts we've done together.
What?
Huh?
I disagree.
Listen, Dave. It was fine. The Bible part was great.
He doesn't like being feeling vulnerable. Dave
Not
doesn't
because
like
One
it.
of the things you don't talk to people about:
Is what?
money, religion, and something else.
But
Sex.
but we didn't even really talk. I mean, we talked about it for where him and I are at with it. I thought yeah. I mean, shit. That's where we're at with it. I thought it was great. I thought it was cool. I mean, everyone knows he's reading it. We want to see where he's at with it. It was good. He was a couple of times I felt his energy drop like I don't normally feel it drop in the room, but we recovered. And we were drinking
Mm-hmm.
alcohol,
cool.
fermented grapes. Oh, which is isn't that the blood of Jesus or something? Wine? Is that?
That's the blood of Christ.
All right.
As long
There
as
you
it's
go.
anointed.
All right.
At Jen Sentaster. So how do we handle the God who
Hey, so that person, that's the hater dude.
Oh yeah,
That's
He
the
hit
dude
it
who
on-
always says abstract, hateful comments.
He did it on my show last Tuesday. I'll be
That's all he
addressing his
does.
comment.
Yeah, abstract, hateful comments. That's the dude.
Yeah. Good dude.
Hi, you dude, change your name to abstract, hateful comments. Trap between my ears and can't communicate.
leaked Dave's workout? Is this line of the cases about mysterious ways or as Zen Taster? So how do we handle the God who leaked Dave's workout? Is this line of the cases about mysterious ways or as normal people call it coincidences? I don't even know what to say to that. At Burn 1808.
Hey, dude, if everyone thinks that your shit's fucking tarded, you're tarded. Or you're genius.
Yeah, genius.
Hi, Dave. CrossFit maintains a strict policy for PEDs and has credibly upheld it when violations have been uncovered. With controversies related to gambling involving athletes rocking other sports and considering online bookmakers and the rise of fantasy apps for CrossFit competition, beyond the general sportsmanship rules, has CrossFit considered explicitly addressing the issue of gambling for members of the organization, partners, and athletes? Is there a rise of fantasy apps for CrossFit competitions specifically for betting or gambling? If there are, tell them to link up with me and maybe we can work together, not in terms of setting outcomes, but in terms of where gambling is legal and allowed for our fans, for people.
Is there any gambling in CrossFit? Do you guys know of any gambling anywhere in the CrossFit space?
I wish there was a cool app that you could do that with your friends and draft people and make bets on events. That'd be dope.
Yeah, there's the G-rated version that we roll with, the Heat 1 app.
That's the version, baby.
Yeah, that's the precursor, right?
Heat 1 will be the official gambling app for the quarterfinals, Taylor Self versus the world. But
Hell yeah.
that's a weird question. That's like asking a 6-year-old what kind of car they drive. I mean, CrossFit's not even close to that space.
Yeah, you mean because there's just not a lot of people that watch it, quote unquote.
I mean, I wish we had. Yeah, I just wish we had those problems. We don't have any of those problems. I could not find odds last year on the games. I looked everywhere. Yeah, see, I mean, it's like Dude, you could gamble on fucking anything. CrossFit still hasn't broken the hymen on that.
Not yet.
And think about all the things you could gamble on at a CrossFit event.
It'll be a lot.
Somebody going to come out with mismatched shoes? Is somebody going to have the wrong grips on
Yeah.
their belt? Is somebody going to pick up the wrong bag? Oh my God. It's endless.
To be able to participate in betting on the sport if they want. So gambling is just like guns. They're legal. Well, let me rephrase that. Guns are legal in all 50 states. Gambling isn't legal everywhere, but gambling is a legal endeavor in a lot of places. So where it's legal, I think it's totally fine if people want to gamble on it. The last sentence, though, might be the key sentence you have. Has CrossFit considered explicitly addressing the issues of gambling for members of the organization, partners, and athletes? So I don't think we have any issue for members of the organization, partners, or athletes gambling on CrossFit or fixing anything. I've heard nothing. It doesn't mean it hasn't happened, I guess I should say. But I don't even know where to gamble on CrossFit, or I don't even know if people in our community are gambling in CrossFit. So let's start there. Let's see that people are gambling on the sport.
Oh, let's wait till the person's 16 years old and has a car before we ask them what kind of car they drive. You don't ask them when they're 4.
Or on the competition. Let's see where that's happening. And if they are, yeah, we'll make sure that no one from the organizing body of whoever's putting on that competition or the athletes aren't betting on it. But this is like, so here's, I think what you're doing is you're conflating this issue that's in the MLB and a huge sport where there's millions of dollars and a sport that's been around for over a century and saying, oh, that's.
Is this a yearly show of all the worst questions? Is that what this show is? This is just like, hey, all the worst questions.
Seems like it, yeah.
Worst of the toilet bowl.
Yeah. 2024 worst questions asked episode.
Problem there. It's probably and must be a problem here. Here's the MLB. Here's the MLB. Here's us. Like
Where?
We're so fucking like
Where?
small and so new in our sport development that we don't have the issues that the MLB has at this point. We don't have the money in terms of an organization, in terms of what players make, in terms of broadcast, in terms of a lot of areas.
Hey, so I haven't looked at the story yet, but what he's referencing is there's a player who makes $700 million. He's in the Major League Baseball. He has some crazy contract. And I guess,
Ohtani.
who is it?
Shohei Ohtani.
Okay. And I guess he has a cook or a chauffeur or someone in his
Translator.
a translator, and he was caught like doing some bets that were like $2 to $4 million, but the guy only makes $2 million a year. So they're suggesting that maybe the baseball player was giving him money to bet for him.
Okay.
I don't know. The ecosystem for all of CrossFit is smaller than the worst baseball team in the league. The entire CrossFit ecosystem, I mean, including like Rogue and Lab Management and the Sevan podcast and Matuthian and RX Gear and like this one player, that dude could buy CrossFit and still be one of the richest men in the world. This one baseball player. Franchise with the lowest value in Major League Baseball is $990 million in US dollars. The value of the Marlins was estimated at $1 billion US dollars in that year. Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
I
Got a
mean,
ways to go, huh?
listen, people, what kind of questions are you asking? How are you on your 5th booster?
And so we're not going to have the same gambling problems. Sorry about that.
No problem. Take your time.
Um,
Take your time, Dave.
So I don't think it's a problem. Tell me if I'm wrong, please. I'd like to know that there's a gambling problem in the sport of CrossFit.
Me too.
At the Real Kevin 87, what's your take on quarterfinals being the worst event in CrossFit as stated on Coffee, Pods, and WADs? How can CrossFit improve engagement for quarterfinals and make the 75% of people in the Open that didn't qualify interested, or the 100% of qualified CrossFitters that didn't sign up for the Open interested in following it? CrossFit quarterfinals be the worst event in CrossFit. I don't think it's the worst event in CrossFit.
Did Pedro really say that?
No, I think somebody around the whiteboard said it.
Oh, okay. So not Pedro.
No, it was on his show. He asked the question what people thought of quarterfinals, and then somebody, I don't remember exactly who, said quarterfinals is gay.
Wow, that was the term they used.
That was the
Yeah,
quote?
I'm pretty sure verbatim they said quarterfinals is gay.
That's not even the right use of the word.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. People get the
Okay.
joke.
Fine, thank you. You and Suze are just helping the show flow today.
Oh
Anytime
my
I try to
God.
throw up a roadblock, you guys are like, nope, we'll just drive right around that. No problem.
Your Coffee, Pods, and WADs. I don't know who Coffee, Pods, and WADs is, but that's a pretty bold statement to say it's the worst event in CrossFit. Maybe this is that thing I talked about a few weeks ago where people say really big statements or sensationalize things to get attention, and it's kind of working here. How can CrossFit improve engagement for quarterfinals? Improving and make the 75% of the people in the Open that didn't qualify interested, or the 100% of CrossFitters that didn't sign up for the Open interested in following it. So do people need to be interested in following it? I don't think that's the goal. Meaning, so the 100%, everyone else, I think this is what you're saying, who didn't qualify for the quarterfinals, should we drive interest to make them follow it? You can follow it via the leaderboard. I know Sevan's planning on following some of his athletes or athletes that he's friends with and their journey through it. And I know a lot of other athletes don't want to chronicle their journey real time through it, which is understandable. And that's the unique stage there. So the way that stage is set up, basically, it's not as easy or intuitive to follow as some of the other stages down the road, especially because it's done at home and especially because it's online. I also think how can CrossFit improve engagement for quarterfinals, make the 75%? Okay, I see what you.
Yes. Here's what I think. I think that if you go from the Open to the games, you have a community participation event that then transfers to a community party, right? That's the games, right? Celebration, right? So it goes from a community event in the affiliates to a community event in the festival atmosphere, let's just say. And so that's just a really simple way of looking at it. And then now with the quarterfinals, we have sort of this hybrid thing. We have something that's walking us to the festival, but it still takes place in the affiliates. I don't know if it's good or bad. I know for us, it's going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah, it creates a great opportunity for us. It creates some logistical nightmares for our affiliates with a lot of people going through it. It creates a nice revenue stream for CrossFit.
And for us.
Yeah.
We're going to get our numbers are going to go through the roof when we have Dallin, Jason, Colton, and Taylor fucking go 6 days in a row. It's going to be nuts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's what I was just saying.
I'm going to throw this in the pile with shit questions.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
The quarterfinals aren't the spectacle that I think people might want them to be or expect them to be. Maybe they can be in the future, but as they are now, they are not that. Really, with the quarterfinals, the intent of them was we had 5-week Open prior to COVID. Once COVID happened, we reduced it to a 3-week Open. And then the 3-week Open actually really made a lot of sense for affiliate owners and for the everyday men or the average person. And so then from there, pre-semifinals to have a little more tests, a little more rigor in the advancement stage, we added the quarterfinals, which you can scale things up and you can make them a little more difficult or specific to top athletes, where in the Open it's not really, it's made for everyone. And so that was the point of the quarterfinals. And even then it wasn't saying, hey, we're going to make it this.
Let me go one step further and put on my greatest CMO in the world hat on. There's no tension in the quarterfinals. There's no tension. So in the Open,
Right.
there's not a lot of tension. In the quarterfinals, there's definitely not tension. In the semifinals, there's a shitload of tension, because especially if you're an avid fan, because the bubble athletes get whacked. And so that's another thing in terms of how the narrative goes. There's just no tension in the quarterfinals.
Yeah,
because the vast majority of the people are going to the semifinals. But at the semifinals, it starts getting a little weird. That's why cuts at the games are so gnarly. There's so much fucking tension. Whether you like them or not, you like them. It adds to the narrative.
Yeah.
Massive, really viewer-friendly event. And raising it to 25% from 10% was just to give more people an ability to compete if they want to compete. And like, you look at my story, and I after week 1, I had not even thought about quarter.
Did you post that video?
No, he never said yeah or nay.
Oh, I sent him. I said, hey, Sousa's going to post that video. Sousa has this awesome video.
Did he say yeah?
No, he didn't answer. I was hoping if I just threatened him to post it, he would like fight with me. Sousa has this awesome video. You'll see it soon. But Sousa caught the moment that Dave's in the state assembly at the Capitol in Sacramento wearing his suit, like he's supposed to be listening to the guy talking. Instead, he's fucking refreshing the leaderboard and sees that he makes quarterfinals. And you see Dave chub up. It's a really cool moment.
Yeah.
Finals all year. I mean, I obviously knew we were doing it, but I didn't think I would make it, or I didn't even have any aspirations to make it. But after week 1, I looked at the app and I was like 50 or 60%, 50 something in just the open division. And then when I swiped over and looked at my 40 to 49 division, I was at 68%. And I was like, oh shit, I'm close. I can pull this off. And then so the next 2 weeks, I took the quarterfinal or the open really, I took it seriously because I wanted at that point to
Hi, Doug.
make it to the next stage, to make it into quarterfinals. And because I ended up redoing 24.3, and that was enough to get me barely into quarterfinals because I had a really good 24.2. And so that to me was motivation enough. And what I felt there and the journey I had and how I enjoyed that, I'm really competitive, and there's a lot of other people who are really competitive, and there's a lot of other people who probably had a similar journey. And so quarterfinals is for that aspect, for those people who want to try to advance and then want to try to continue on to another level of competition. At Red Leaf Fitness, around the 17-minute mark, I was so impressed in his poise and managing stress, from being on a high-profile podcast with Rich to finding out about the workout league. People who've never led anything in any capacity, small or large, have no idea what it's like to make the decision that he has to make and still lead. Castro is the one thing holding CrossFit together. Well, thank you for that. There's a lot of things holding CrossFit together. I'm not the one thing, but I'm part of a team of people premium on having level 1 seminar staff.
Shit, sorry.
for so
What'd I
long.
do? Fuck, what'd I do?
Means
Oh,
a
you kicked us all the way back.
So I don't think it's a problem. Tell me if I'm wrong, please. I'd like to know that there's a gambling problem in the sport of CrossFit.
Shit.
At the real
You're
training,
right.
so the 100%, everyone else, I think this is what you're saying, who didn't qualify for the quarterfinal, 75% everyday men, or the average person. And so then from all year, I mean, I obviously knew we were doing it, but I didn't think I would make it, or it didn't even have any
That's
at 68%. And I was like, oh shit, up redoing 24.2 is for that aspect, for those people who at anything in any capacity, small or large, have no idea what it's like to make the decision that he has to make and still lead. Castro is the one thing holding CrossFit together. Well, thank you for that. There's a lot of things holding CrossFit together. I'm not the one thing, but I'm part of a team of people and a movement and a methodology that is incredibly powerful. And I'm one small part of that. And really, it's many things that are holding CrossFit together. In terms of people have never led anything in any capacity, have no idea what it's like to make decisions. That has, let me see. Well, thank you for acknowledging the poise I had there and managing that stress and being on that podcast. There's other points where I haven't or managed stress as well, but I've had plenty of training and opportunities to deal with chaotic situations throughout the.
That was something we talked about on the show. That's something I didn't even imagine. He's supposed to release the workout, and he's in a room, and everyone there already knows the workout, and he's releasing it to the world, and everyone knows it. And that's a fucking downer.
Yeah, probably not as crazy as breaching a door, going into a room where you know people are waiting for you with guns on the other side, and having the responsibility of completing the mission and not dying. I mean, might be close. I don't know. I've never been in the latter situation. So,
Sure,
or
I'd be
either
pissed
situation.
though. If you're like you're reaching for that level of excellence and you're like, this fucking idiot decided to release the workout, I would be absolutely insanely pissed. That guy's
Yeah.
fired for sure.
Yeah,
Guy
he
or
should
girl,
be
whoever
fired,
it
huh?
was, see ya. That's
Hey, man.
stupid.
Context by Matt Souza and Caleb Beaver.
Years, it's kind of just the norm. It's just what it is. For me, especially at this point, almost 2 decades here, people attacking us, people saying stuff, things going wrong. It's I feel like it's been years of just dealing with things and training. So when they happen, it's pretty easy to not lose your cool. And especially even back from my military time, again, managing stress and managing chaotic environments and keeping your cool all was important through those moments.
So in the when Greg sold the company and Rosa bought it, and I still work there were some discussions that Dave and I had that were pretty funny, because we knew that the oncoming people were going to have no idea what it's like working for CrossFit. Like, we already had these crazy thick calluses, and we knew and especially if you have woke people, right? Because they just go by the whim of popular opinion. What did you call it? Teach me that, Sousa. Populist or something?
Yeah. Yep.
So they take the temperature of the room and then make their decision. And we were dying. We were like, oh shit, they're gonna come in here and the community's gonna haze the fuck out of them, and they're gonna trip.
Yep. Some of them might not even make it. Hey,
Yeah,
welcome
right.
to CrossFit. It's your first day. Yep. Sorry, it didn't work out.
Right.
In the same breath.
Dude.
That's how that works though. You have to do that. You have to test them. It's the same thing in any occupation in the base. We'll talk about the military, law enforcement, fire. You have to just beat the shit out of them until anybody who doesn't want to be there leaves. They're gonna weed themselves out. They don't deserve to be there. If
The
they can't
problem
make it,
is
You
that
told me
you're
some stories too, Caleb, about when you were deployed and you first got there. Like they just treat you like fuck you, figure it out, right?
yeah, absolutely. You show up and they're like, it's your problem. This is your problem now. You got to sort this out for yourself. And so you
Yeah,
do
but
that.
you
and you
guys are
solve
talking
all your
about like
problems.
military people and stuff. These are like C-suite execs that grew up through the tech bubble and just were fucking had their MBAs. Like they've never like had a hard day in their life.
They
Sure.
didn't know
Most
that
of
they
Yeah,
were
them.
and
going to
that's
get
fine.
doxxed.
Yeah.
Even if they, but you will find people even in those worlds who will figure out how to thrive in that atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Jada Coons.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah,
He's doing a
Jay.
pretty good job.
Don's made it. Don made it.
Don got Don got a really fucking easy welcome because Dave
That's true.
introduced him and we brought out the bells and the whistles and somebody
hated
made sure his
Rosa so much.
Instagram bio looked good. And but Jada Coons did not. Jada Coons is now a meme. Oh well, like now
Right,
he's
right.
like,
Yeah.
you know what? And having met him personally, like at the health summit, and have him like come through this crowd of people, and all of a sudden I turned and he's like standing there and he's like, "Hi, Matt, I'm Jada Coons." Well, he said I'm Jay, not Jada Coons. But I was like, oh, and like
Did you say, oh well?
no, no, but I was just like, wow. And he handled himself very well there, and he was really good and pleasant in person, and he definitely took a beating coming into this community.
A beating.
Yeah. So to Caleb's point, you're actually, that validates what Caleb's saying even more because, like you said, it's like, hey, this is it now. Figure it out. This is the situation. And the one guy, I forgot his name, Josh, he didn't figure it out. He was like, get me the hell out of here. But Jada Coons took the punches right on the chin and kept moving forward. So kudos
Miller
to
made
him.
him a Hallmark card, and then HQ raised affiliate fees to just fucking do more.
he came in hot.
Right.
Kudos to Jada Coons.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Hats off. Hey, Sevi, did you hear about P. Diddy? I read the articles and they don't say anything. It's just slander to me. I just read the articles and it says that sex trafficking. I want to fucking don't tell me that. And I want to know what he did. Show me the fucking picture, or the recording, or I don't fucking believe it. Fuck you. It's so crazy. It's so crazy that it's okay to just do these superficial pieces. So they raided his place and but what did you find?
Coke and marijuana.
Yeah, I don't get I want to know. Show me. Have someone come speak up. I don't like. That's it. It's the same thing with that Nickelodeon dude. Like I read the articles and I didn't see anything. Like I need to know. Did you enjoy the audio clip of him supposedly ass pounding Meek Mills? Did you send me that? I haven't heard that. But here it is. Oh. Let me see. Let me hear this. Hold on. Let me listen before I share with you guys.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's not real.
Yeah.
You boys left Mexico! Yeah!
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And next thing you know, Hiller's gonna make an audio clip of me getting ass pounded by Sporty Beth. I don't know. I'm not. Damn, Wad Zombie hit one out of the park, didn't he?
Which
Wasn't
one?
that awesome?
Just the one with which table would you like to have dinner at?
Oh yeah, that was some cool combos. He put some thought into that, huh? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
Oh. Yeah, look at that. I'm with Laura and Sporty Beth and Greg. Then there's Hopper, Dallin, Dave, and Rich.
I'd rule out B immediately.
Yep.
I'm not so interested in B. If Emily Rolfe would let me sit on her lap, I'd do D.
It's all about C. Clearly,
It would be
That's
so
the
inappropriate
table.
if I said. It would be so inappropriate if I said if she sat on my lap.
I want A or D.
Good cover.
I would
cover.
so trip on C. I would so.
C's where it's at. That would be a crazy table.
Oh man! Imagine how cool it would be if those people actually would do that. Like Hiller would host that.
Yeah, he would.
Like all those people have to do is be like, "Hey, Andrew, fly us out to your garage and we'll come eat with you. Let's hang out."
Go have deep dish pizza at Lou Malnati's.
Oh my god, that video would be off the chart, dude. Man, and hey, and pretty much everyone would come out looking better. Well, unless you fucked yourself.
Right.
All you have to do is be nice and be cool,
Mm-hmm.
and you come out like you come out. Everyone gets a 10% bonus, like just fat bonus. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah, for sure.
Sponsored by CA Peptides.
Yeah. Everyone's stock would skyrocket.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
A lot of ego there.
At Mass Media Critic. Ooh, this is going to be good. Hello, Dave. Being one that usually comes from a place of criticism toward yourself and your perspectives in the CrossFit space, I signed up this year for my first Open. I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it. Just want to say thanks to you and your team. I'm going to be signing up next season to see if I can crack into the 25% for quarters. And that's exactly what I was fucking talking about a minute ago, is this notion of people really caring about and wanting to advance. And I was in that camp. And next year, I'm actually going to train leading up to the Open so I can do well going into quarterfinals and place high in my quest to make it in quarterfinals. Thanks for the praise. Brad Anderson, 3241. Good evening, Dave. Crap up front, kudos in the rear. Did having prior knowledge of the Open workouts change how you train, or did you stick to your normal training plan? I totally stuck to my normal training plan, which is chaotic and unpredictable and just on a whim. I normally just program for myself like 5 minutes before I work out. I'll go in the gym, warm up. Sometimes I've even started something, and then as I'm doing that something, create a workout. So sometimes I've just started rowing and I'm like, okay, I'm going to row. I'll go to 500 and then I'll add some pull-ups and maybe I'll do this. So I do that a lot. But anyways, did you stick to your normal training plan? My gut instinct on the person you are tells me you didn't tailor your training to the Open, didn't tailor it to the Open. Thank you. Let's just pull all those conspiracy theorists in their place with your response and congratulate you on a quarter's birth. Thank you. I'm proud of it. I didn't make it through in 40 to 45, but in 5 years, if you're still 45 to 50, I'm going to be dogging you, rubber ducky. Cool. I'll hit you up. At Highway Chatter 9309.
Who cares if he games it? Right?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
What are your thoughts on Chase and Bill's take on their performance-based structure for spots at the games? I don't know what it is, but I mean, it's performance-based now, meaning you have to perform at different stages and then ultimately at semifinals to make it to the games. It is performance-based with some area and regional spots to include global representation and participation. At OSINT79.
God, this really is a highlight of just horrible questions.
Yeah. It's not his best one.
Americans still impressed by religion. LOL. I don't think just fuck.
What the fuck?
And then ultimately at semifinals to make it to the games. It is performance-based with some area and regional spots to include global representation and participation. At OSINT7972. Americans still impressed by religion. LOL. I don't think just fucking America is impressed by religion. I think religion is a global phenomenon. So I don't know where you're coming from.
That was so stupid.
So that's the problem right there. Everybody has a religion. Some people are conscious of their religion, and some people are not conscious of their religion. You define religion as the values or your core principles that allow you to make critical decisions throughout your day. They are the essence of your character, something that only you can change, that no amount of defamation or there's two things about you. There's what people think about you, and then there's your own character, which you have complete control over, and that is your religion. The scariest people in the world are not the Scientologists. They're at least in this country, they're not the fucking Christians. They're not the Mormons. They're the people who don't know that they have a religion. If you fucking took the fucking vaccine willingly and then went and got boosters, that is your religion. Pfizer is your... If the U.S. government told you to put a mask on and you did it, we know who your daddy is. We know who your God is. And that's the fucking scary part, that people don't realize that. And hey, I don't blame you. It took me fucking 47 years to figure that out. but you have a bucket inside of you that you operate off of, and once you become conscious of it, that's your religion.
Well said.
Thank
You
you.
know who's still impressed by religion? Europeans, Middle Easterners, Russians, Chinese. Like their whole shtick is based on religion.
Drug addict
All of
reform.
the terrorists in the world, religion. All the Europeans and of all of the European countries, why do you think they still keep their churches in really nice shape?
Yeah.
It's the same shit. It's not just us.
Hey, at this point, it's a no-brainer to fucking follow the rules that Jesus laid out over the rules that Kaiser Permanente laid out. I mean, like, don't be stupid.
No shit. That's
Don't
funny.
be stupid. Here's the thing, though, asymmetric ears, you're saying not everyone can see that perspective. I hear you because I couldn't see it either, but it's so once you start getting a modicum of self-awareness and consciousness, if someone presents this idea to you, you can see it inside of you. You're like, oh shit, we all have this bucket. It's like a sex drive. Everyone has it. Everyone has it. It's objective. Everyone has it. And religion's the same thing. Everyone has a religion. If you don't know what yours is, fine. Then just be like, hey, I don't know what mine is. And start cultivating enough awareness or developing one if you don't like the ones that are out there. Don't be like, what's this obsession with religion? Because you just make yourself look like you're a zombie at that point. You're you're an NPC, dude.
No operating system.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
NPC.
NPC.
Non-playable character.
No, I know. I wasn't saying no.
Hey, this motherfucker brought us Tam. How dare you?
Yeah, no, I was saying
Yeah.
it was yeah, I know what an NPC is.
Jesus.
All right.
Caleb,
Just making sure. I know you do the acronyms and shit, but I just want to make sure you know that one.
It's not in the business. Is NPC in one of your business books?
Fuck no.
No, that's a video game. They play GTA, everybody but you is an NPC. If you're in your world, everybody else is an NPC.
There was a mountain lion attack in California a couple days ago, and killed a guy near Sacramento, 21-year-old, and attacked his brother, and his brother was 18. They ended up finding the mountain lion, and they ended up killing the mountain lion. And if you guys follow my hunting stuff, you'll see we have a mountain lion in these hills back here that pops up on the camera every few months, every few weeks, it seems like. And so,
and hey, when Dave says it's in the hills, like he doesn't live on 10,000 acres. I think it's a 60. I mean, he's surrounded by 10,000 of wide open acres, but he, yeah, like that's 100 yards from where he's sitting right now.
Right. That's what I say. The hills he's referring to is the top of the 2009 sprint.
Yeah. I mean, that's close.
Yeah.
if you wondering why I always have a gun on or why I'm always carrying a gun here and I always have Doug, a big dogo, it's for shit like that.
It's not really that big of a dogo as far as dogos go. I don't think so. It's a girl.
Only 10 pounds.
It's a girl.
I have never seen the mountain lion in my life here at the ranch. Never seen it. It's pretty wooded back there. Clearly, it's probably seen us 100 times. But having her up there, at least it's like a first line of defense. She might be able to sniff it out or see it before I do. And then if it were to attack us, which I don't think is going to happen, but I have to process this because it just attacked someone and killed someone a few hours away. Hopefully, she'd slow it down prior to it coming to me. And then, of course, I have a weapon. So if I have to protect myself, yes, I would shoot the mountain lion. Clearly, but crazy. The mountain lion thing in California is wild. So they've been protected for a couple decades now, and in a protected environment where hunters aren't able to kind of help control the population, they're kind of out of control. And that's why you see a lot of them going into neighborhoods, and that's why you see the more there are, the scarcity of food, and so they start pushing into communities. And then this extreme example, I don't know the details, but this one attacked a couple people. So wild stuff.
I live I don't know, let's say 15 miles from where he is, and we have mountain lion sightings around my house all the time. At least I've been here 9 years, and at least we've had at least one a year within a half mile of my house. And then Greg's house, at the top of Greg's driveway, we saw completely just a deer that was just ripped to shreds, like just pieces everywhere.
That house is tucked back up there pretty good.
Yeah. It's more humane for animals to kill animals. It's not humane for us to be doing it. Okay.
Right.
Let everybody know.
Thank you, Caleb, on behalf of
Rich's comment section.
yes. Yeah, it's pretty wild. When I am at Greg's house and you know where the driveway, how you can just go out there and just pee on that grass there behind the chimeneas.
Mhm.
And when my kids are playing there at night, I always like am pissing. I'm like, am I going to get eaten right now with my dick
Yeah.
in my hand?
Your
Yeah.
disc gonna get ripped off real quick.
Yeah.
Glad I have a big 110-pound dogo to help me go up in those hills and protect me. There's a new educators course that we launched for.
And when he means protect him, he means be bait.
He means to slow it down. He already said.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Small delay so he can pull his gun out.
Teachers and people in the education field. It's an online course. Check it out where our online courses are found. And there's a new affiliate on the affiliate map.
Wait,
There's a new
what online
teachers
course is there?
and people in the education field. Big 110-pound dogo to help me go up in those hills and protect me. There's a new educators course that we launched for teachers and people in the education field. It's an online course. Check it out where our online courses are found. And there's a new affiliate on the affiliate map. There's a new feature. So affiliate owners, if you're watching this, go into your, I guess it's in your profile, in your affiliate toolkit. And on the map that people view, map.crossfit.com, it now where it has your, so here's your gym. So here's CrossFit Tubor, one of our seminar staff, Andrew Charlesworth owns it. So it has a gym location. It
Oh, that dude got ass pounded by Hiller, Andrew Charlesworth.
has a couple join a class options. And then so now you can upload your trainers and it tells you, you can upload photos. So it tells you who the trainers are. So Andrew Charlesworth, level 3. They don't have a photo for this trainer, but level 2. Jen Charlesworth, his wife, level 3.
Oh, he got a pretty wife.
Jordan, level 2. So you can upload photos of your trainers with
Oh, that's cool as shit, dude. Wow.
Yep. Look at that.
Hey, did you get an email notifying you about that? Or are you learning it from the Dave Castro
I'm
Weekend Review?
learning it from right now and like scrolling through it as we speak.
Feel free if you think it'll help your business, you can put a picture of me and Caleb as your trainers.
Oh, it will. I think it will.
All
I think
right.
I will.
There you go.
That'll be good. Yeah, coaches and staff. Interesting. Invite pending. Okay, cool. I'll have to
That's the first thing I go to when I go to affiliate websites is their coaches page. And there's almost probably 80% of the time there's nobody on there.
Really? You go to the coaches page? I never thought that mattered.
I go to that page too. I go to that page too.
I want to see what they look like. I mean, certificates don't really matter to me, but if they have like a story, I'd like to read their story. Like, oh,
really?
They played soccer in college, or
I look for buff dudes and hot chicks, and like I like older fit people too.
And that would actually matter in terms of decision to the gym
probably
over other metrics. Okay.
I just like reading it.
I just like looking at them.
So I should just like come up with like just have AI generate some crazy awesome stories for each one of my coaches and like plug it in there and like
hell yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Whenever I go to drop in at any
know.
affiliates, that's what I look at.
Interesting. We used to have them, and then when we switched the website over a while back, I ditched all those.
and it'll display your trainers with their quals.
When the CrossFit website, you know how like most corporations would have like, hey, these are our staff.
Yeah.
Like we never got that shit at CrossFit. And then you know what's crazy? When we did finally get that in the last maybe couple years I was there, it was weird the staff they chose to show. I never got one of those pictures. It was like the HR staff or something. Something was weird. I remember thinking like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing for mine for sure in California. It's going to be every color of the rainbow and
just go to Getty and get like a black dwarf.
Stock photos. Yeah, DEI stock photos, California. Google search.
Fair.
And when you think about people who are looking for a gym or who are using the map, or even CrossFitters who are looking for a gym to go drop in on the road, you go to this map, you scroll through, you find a gym, and then a gym who has trainers actually posted and visible. I personally would rather see who the coach is, see them by name, see who they are, click on their link and find out some info. So cool little feature. Check it out. And finally, last week I made a bunch of leather, basically keychains like this, but not in red. I did brown and black, and posted them on my page. And in about 24 hours, a little more than 24 hours, sold them out. So it was cool. Made a lot over the course of like 4 or 5 weeks. each evening or every other evening for about 20 or 30 minutes. I'd go to my little sewing room and put them out.
What is that, Souza? He made that for you?
Yeah.
Like, can I see it?
It's a little TDC mini clothespin.
Are you kidding me?
What the fuck?
No,
Yeah.
he didn't make that for you.
It's got his logo on the side.
Shut
No,
the
I'm just
fuck
fucking
up.
with you guys.
Oh, jeez.
I'll be doing
Oh shit!
more leather products. And of course, there's olive oil still in the site or on the page. So tdcmercantile.com if you want to get olive oil and leather products, which I'll continually put on there, but in waves when I have the time or when I put some effort into making the thing.
I say this with peace and love. If you're gonna buy the olive oil, you have to just get this one. At least start with this. No, sorry.
How'd you like the garlic one the best?
The garlic. Yeah, you're right. The garlic's the garlic's off the hook. I drink this one straight. Just I drink
like
this one
that.
straight.
That's the lemon, or is that a
That's
regular?
the regular, isn't it?
Okay.
Just a regular, and it's
Extra
good. It's
virgin.
smooth. It almost even tastes green. It's weird. It's almost like I'm taking a shot of what are those little trendy grass shots you take?
Mm-hmm. Like grassroots shot or whatever it is.
Yeah, wheatgrass or
Yeah, wheatgrass.
someone will say in the comments. But get the garlic. The garlic's crazy. And get a loaf of bread and just get crazy. Treat yourself.
Mm. Interesting.
You heard it here.
I do have this from Dave.
Oh, a bullet.
Killed that cougar with?
When did he give you a bullet?
I don't know. Whenever we're at the ranch last, I was like, picked one up, and I was like, "Oh, you collect these?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's a souvenir." And
Damn.
9mm,
Nice.
I don't-
Fired?
No, not spirulina. Something
Yeah.
else.
just a shell.
I don't think it's spirulina. All right, here we go.
Thanks. All right. Thanks for tuning in.
No.
I'm out.
Bye, Dave.
I did.
Please answer my text.
All right. That's good. Wow, that took a long time. Wheatgrass. I think it's just wheatgrass. All right, thank you. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Is it 11 a.m.?
Yep.
Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Susan's show will be live. There's a small chance my live call-in notes are just getting absolutely fucking wild.
Mm.
So maybe I have to go through for a half hour. I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll talk tonight.
Okay.
And then Wednesday is Greg Glassman. I told you he's trying to switch to afternoons, right?
Yeah. Are you gonna be able to do that?
I don't want to. He's like, he's like, well, the one thing he said is, will your audience not tune in at noon? I'm like, no, I think that it would be fun to, I like the idea of switching hours to cultivate audiences at different hours. It's just that I want to hang out with my kids all day.
Yep.
We
What
paid
would be afternoon for him? Like, what is that?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I didn't want to go too far. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like I didn't want to give him a handy, and next thing you know, he wants to bone me. Thank you. All right, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Oh wait, tomorrow's Tuesday. I keep forgetting to promote Pedro's show. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, that's Wednesday.
All right.